My beloved child, this message has arrived at a very interesting moment. Don't skip. Listen carefully. Stay till the end because something huge is waiting for you. A surprise is coming, and there is an energy of excitement surrounding this story. Someone is making plans. Someone is preparing something special. Someone is booking well, the answer may not be what you expect. And what happened next changed everything. Before we begin, remember that this is a fictional and inspirational story. It is not a prediction about real events or proof that someone is actually making plans. It is a symbolic tale about hope, anticipation, and the joy that surprises can bring into our lives. My beloved child, recently there has been a feeling of movement within this story. Not chaos. Not confusion. Movement. The kind of movement that happens when someone decides it is finally time to take action. For a long time, they have been thinking, planning, imagining possibilities, and considering different options. But now, something is shifting. Stay till the end because something huge is waiting for you. This person has been carrying an idea in their heart for quite some time. Every day they thought about it. Every day they imagined how it might unfold. Yet they kept postponing the moment. They kept telling themselves they would wait a little longer. Until one day, they decided enough waiting had been done. What happened next changed everything. They opened their calendar. They reviewed their plans. They explored possibilities. And then they began making arrangements for something meaningful. A reservation. A booking. A commitment to an experience they hoped would create lasting memories. My beloved child, the interesting part is that the booking itself is not the real surprise. The real surprise is the intention behind it. It represents effort. It represents thoughtfulness. It represents the willingness to create a moment that matters. Those qualities are often far more valuable than the event itself. Listen carefully. Sometimes people spend so much time dreaming about possibilities that they forget to take the first step. But this person is finally taking that step. They are choosing action over hesitation. They are choosing possibility over uncertainty. And that decision is creating a wave of excitement throughout the story. Stay till the end because the story is only beginning. As preparations continue, anticipation grows. Questions begin to appear. Where is this leading? What is being planned? Why does it feel so important? The answers remain hidden for now. But one thing is clear, this person wants to create something positive, memorable, and meaningful. What happened next changed everything. The closer they came to finalizing their plans, the more excited they became. They imagined conversations, laughter, shared experiences, and moments worth remembering. Suddenly, what had once been only an idea was becoming reality. My beloved child, there is a lesson hidden within this story. Life often becomes more meaningful when we stop waiting for perfect circumstances and start creating opportunities. Sometimes the greatest surprises begin with a simple decision to take action. Listen carefully. This story is not revealing that someone has actually booked anything for you. It is a symbolic reminder that positive surprises often begin when people choose hope, effort, and intention. Those choices have the power to create moments that leave lasting impressions. And here is the twist that changes everything. The person making these plans is beginning to realize that the greatest gift is not the reservation, the booking, or the event itself. The greatest gift is the happiness that comes from giving someone a reason to smile. And in the next chapter, the mystery of what is being planned will grow even deeper, revealing clues that no one saw coming. My beloved child, the story continues, and the mystery surrounding this surprise is becoming even more exciting. Don't skip. Listen carefully. Stay till the end because something huge is waiting for you. The plans are moving forward, the details are coming together, and the person behind this surprise is becoming more determined than ever. And what happened next changed everything. After making the first arrangements, they could not stop thinking about what was coming next. Every day they checked details. Every day they reviewed their plans. Every day they imagined the moment when everything would finally come together. The excitement continued growing stronger. My beloved child, this person is not acting carelessly. Every choice is being made with intention. Every step is being taken with thoughtfulness. They want the experience to feel meaningful. They want it to feel memorable. Most of all, they want it to create a moment that will be remembered long after it happens. Stay till the end because something huge is waiting for you. As the planning continued, several possibilities appeared. Should they choose something adventurous? Should they create a peaceful experience? Should they focus on celebration, relaxation, or discovery? The options seemed endless, and each one carried its own special meaning. What happened next changed everything. The person realized that the surprise was never really about the destination. It was about the feeling it would create. It was about bringing joy into someone's life. It was about creating a memory worth cherishing. That realization helped them make an important decision. My beloved child, clues began appearing. A date was quietly marked. Certain plans were carefully adjusted. Conversations became slightly more mysterious. Small details started falling into place, even though the full picture remained hidden. It was as though a puzzle was slowly assembling itself. Listen carefully. There are moments in life when anticipation becomes almost as exciting as the event itself. The waiting creates curiosity. The mystery creates wonder. The possibility creates hope. And those emotions make the experience feel even more meaningful when it finally arrives. Stay till the end because the story is becoming even more intriguing. The closer the person came to finalizing their plans, the more they realized how much effort goes into creating a truly special surprise. They discovered that thoughtful gestures often require patience, planning, and attention to detail. What happened next changed everything. The final reservation was almost complete. The arrangements were nearly finished. The vision that had existed only in their imagination was becoming reality. And with every step forward, their excitement continued to grow. My beloved child, remember that this story is symbolic and inspirational. It is not predicting that someone has actually booked a trip, event, or surprise for you. It is a reflection on the joy that comes from planning meaningful experiences and the happiness that thoughtful actions can create. Listen carefully. Sometimes the greatest surprises are not expensive. Sometimes they are not grand. Sometimes they are meaningful simply because they come from a place of genuine care and effort. That is what makes them memorable. And here is the twist that changes everything. Just when the plan seemed complete, one final detail appeared, an unexpected element that could make the surprise even more special than originally imagined. Suddenly, the person realized that what they were creating might become a moment no one would ever forget. And in the next chapter, the mystery behind what is being booked will begin revealing clues that point towards something truly remarkable. My beloved child, the story is becoming more exciting with every passing moment. Don't skip. Listen carefully. Stay till the end because something huge is waiting for you. The plans are nearly complete, the mystery is deepening, and the surprise that once existed only as an idea is now closer than ever to becoming reality. And what happened next changed everything. As the final arrangements continued, the person behind the surprise found themselves smiling more often. They imagined the reactions. They imagined the excitement. They imagined the moment when everything would finally be revealed. Those thoughts filled them with anticipation. My beloved child, something interesting was happening. The closer they came to completing their plans, the more they realized how much this surprise meant to them. It was no longer just about making a reservation or organizing an event. It was about creating a meaningful experience. It was about giving someone a reason to feel appreciated and valued. Stay till the end because something huge is waiting for you. The clues continued to grow. A special date remained circled. Certain conversations became more mysterious. Small preparations were made behind the scenes. Anyone paying close attention might have noticed that something unusual was unfolding. What happened next changed everything. While reviewing the final details, the person discovered an opportunity they had not considered before. It was something unexpected, something that could make the entire experience even more memorable. Suddenly, what started as a simple plan began transforming into something much bigger. My beloved child, excitement has a unique energy. It encourages people to dream bigger. It encourages creativity. It encourages effort. The more excited this person became, the more determined they were to make the surprise meaningful. Every detail mattered because every detail contributed to the experience they hoped to create. Listen carefully. Sometimes the most memorable moments are not the ones that cost the most money or require the most elaborate planning. Often, the moments we treasure most are the ones created with genuine thoughtfulness. A simple gesture can become unforgettable when it comes from the heart. Stay till the end because the story is becoming even more powerful. The person began imagining how this surprise might affect the future. They imagined laughter. They imagined conversations. They imagined memories that would be remembered long after the event itself had passed. Those possibilities made every bit of effort worthwhile. What happened next changed everything. The final confirmation arrived. The plans were officially moving forward. The reservation was secured. The arrangements were in place. And for the first time, the person could finally relax and enjoy the excitement of what was coming next. My beloved child, remember that this story is symbolic and inspirational. It is not revealing that someone has actually booked something for you or predicting future events. It is a reflection on anticipation, thoughtful planning, and the joy that comes from creating meaningful experiences. Listen carefully. There is a lesson hidden within this story. Sometimes happiness begins long before an event takes place. It begins in the planning. It begins in the intention. It begins in the effort people make when they want to create something positive and memorable for others. And here is the twist that changes everything. Just when everything seemed finished, the person realized that the surprise itself was only one part of the story. The real magic was the connection it would create, the memories it would inspire, and the joy it would bring. And as that realization settled into their heart, they knew that the best part was still waiting ahead. The next chapter will reveal why this surprise becomes far more meaningful than anyone could have imagined. My beloved child, the story is now approaching its most exciting moment. Don't skip. Listen carefully. Stay till the end because something huge is waiting for you. The plans have been made. The arrangements are complete. The mystery is still alive. And what happened next changed everything. As the special day drew closer, the person behind the surprise felt a mixture of excitement and nervousness. They had spent so much time preparing, imagining, and hoping that everything would go well. Now, the moment they had been waiting for was almost here. My beloved child, there were times when they wondered if all the effort would be worth it. They questioned every little detail. They reviewed every plan one final time. They wanted everything to feel just right. Not because perfection mattered, but because they genuinely cared about creating a meaningful experience. Stay till the end because something huge is waiting for you. As the hours passed, anticipation continued growing. The surprise was no longer a distant idea. It was becoming real. Every small preparation, every thoughtful decision, and every moment of planning was leading toward a single unforgettable experience. What happened next changed everything. The person started realizing that the reservation, booking, or event itself was not the true gift. The true gift was the thought behind it. The effort behind it. The intention behind it. Those things carried far more value than any location or activity ever could. My beloved child, sometimes people underestimate the power of thoughtful actions. A simple gesture can create a lasting memory. A carefully planned experience can strengthen connections. A moment shared with genuine care can remain in someone's heart for years. This person understood that truth more clearly than ever before. Listen carefully. There was still one final detail that had not been revealed. One final piece of the puzzle remained hidden. It was not something expensive. It was not something dramatic. Yet it had the power to make the entire experience feel even more meaningful. Stay till the end because the story is becoming even more beautiful. As the surprise approached, the person reflected on why they had started planning it in the first place. The answer was simple: they wanted to create happiness. They wanted to create a moment worth remembering. They wanted to show appreciation in a way that words alone could not express. What happened next changed everything. The closer they came to the big day, the calmer they became. The worry disappeared. The uncertainty faded. In its place came confidence. They knew they had done their best. They knew their intentions were genuine. And they knew that was what truly mattered. My beloved child, remember that this story is symbolic and inspirational. It is not predicting that someone has booked a trip, event, or surprise for you. It is a reflection on the joy that comes from thoughtful effort, meaningful experiences, and the desire to bring happiness into another person's life. Listen carefully. Sometimes the greatest surprises are not measured by where they happen or how much they cost. They are measured by the feelings they create. They are measured by the memories they leave behind. They are measured by the connection they inspire. And here is the twist that changes everything. The person finally realized that the surprise they had been planning was never just about a reservation or an event. It was about creating a story. A moment that would be remembered with gratitude, joy, and appreciation long after it was over. And in the final chapter, you will discover why that realization leads to the most beautiful ending of all. My beloved child, we have finally reached the final chapter of this journey, and the ending is more beautiful than anyone expected. If you have stayed until this moment, listen carefully. Stay till the end because the message waiting here is filled with joy, gratitude, and hope. What happened next changed everything. The special day finally arrived. After all the planning, all the anticipation, and all the excitement, the surprise was ready to be revealed. The person who had worked so hard to create this moment felt their heart racing. They wondered if everything would go as planned. They wondered if all their effort would make a difference. My beloved child, the moment finally came. The surprise was revealed. For a brief second, there was silence. Then came smiles. Then came laughter. Then came a feeling of happiness that could not be expressed with words alone. In that instant, every hour of planning suddenly felt worthwhile. Stay till the end because something huge is waiting for you. The person quickly realized that the reservation, booking, or event itself was not what made the moment special. What made it special was seeing joy reflected in another person's eyes. What made it special was knowing that they had created a memory that would be treasured for years to come. What happened next changed everything. The experience unfolded even better than expected. Conversations flowed naturally. Laughter filled the air. Moments that seemed ordinary at first became unforgettable simply because they were shared with appreciation and genuine care. My beloved child, there are some memories that remain with us forever. Not because they were perfect, but because they made us feel connected. They remind us that happiness often comes from the people around us rather than the places we visit. They remind us that thoughtful actions have the power to leave lasting impressions. Listen carefully. As the day continued, the person behind the surprise discovered something important. The greatest reward was not receiving praise. The greatest reward was witnessing happiness. It was knowing that their effort had brought warmth, excitement, and gratitude into someone else's life. Stay till the end because the story is approaching its beautiful conclusion. As the event came to an end, nobody wanted the experience to be over. The memories created during those moments had become something valuable. They had become stories that would be remembered and shared again and again. What happened next changed everything. The person looked back on the entire journey. From the first idea to the final moment, and realized that every step had been worth it. The planning. The waiting. The anticipation. The excitement. All of it had led to something meaningful. My beloved child, remember that this story is symbolic and inspirational. It is not predicting that someone has booked something for you or revealing future events. It is a reminder that meaningful moments are often created through effort, kindness, and the willingness to bring joy into another person's life. Listen carefully. The most beautiful surprises are not always the biggest ones. Sometimes they are simply reminders that we are appreciated. Sometimes they remind us that people care. Sometimes they remind us that even small acts of thoughtfulness can create unforgettable memories. And here is the beautiful ending that changes everything. The surprise was a success. The smiles were genuine. The memories were lasting. The connections grew stronger. And everyone involved walked away with a grateful heart. The reservation was completed. The event came and went. But the happiness it created remained long afterward. So walk away from this message knowing this, my beloved child, the greatest gift was never the booking itself. The greatest gift was the love, care, thoughtfulness, and joy that inspired it. Those things are what transform ordinary moments into extraordinary memories. The surprise was revealed. The laughter was shared. The memories were created. And the story that began with mystery ended with gratitude, happiness, and hope. That, my beloved child, is the beautiful ending that was waiting for you all along.